Welcome back to the Jonsel Journey. Yes, I'm saying it in a very polite fashion tonight because I can't be asked to bore the rest of you with "So say good car." This is the Jonsel Journey. And yes, this evening I shall be discussing type 1 diabetes and tour life. Because back in the always at the beginning, my cat, the gorgeous Mrs. Miyagi, is going for a poo. Yes, that's it, Miyagi. Dump it all out, baby. Dump it all out. Good gut health. So yeah, tonight, popstar, touring. What's the worst that could happen when you've got type 1 diabetes? Quite a lot. And I can't wait to reveal to you exactly what happens behind the scenes. So type 1 and touring is indeed strenuous. Strenuous because most of the time, you don't help yourself. I certainly didn't when I was touring, and the same happens in everyday life. You have to expect the unexpected, because you never know what your blood sugar levels are going to do. You could be the most well-behaved type 1, and suddenly, shit really hits the fan. And you could be the worst diabetic, and sometimes, shit hits the fan. So yes, diabetes, shit always hits the fan. It doesn't matter, like I say, well-behaved, and all of a sudden, your blood sugars are behaving like Susan Boyle going rampant on Britain's Got Talent. Yeah, it's like that. Isn't that right, Beetlejuice? Pick my nose, thank you very much. And I think my blood sugar's going low, so I shall have some cherry Lucozade. That's what I mean. See, hypoglycemia, when you're low, some people behave in a bit of a crazy fashion. I do. When I got low blood sugar, I can be a bit So when I was touring, that behaviour came out. People didn't really understand it, and hence I'd get looks, people running away, and me just going with no help, which can be incredibly, incredibly dangerous. Now, one little moment I want to talk to you about, and there's so many, so I'll do this in other episodes, is the time that my lovely band, Word on the Street, we were all partying hard with Atomic Kitten, McFadden from Westlife, and then a lovely little cameo appearance from Ricky Butcher. And this moment that I'm going to talk to you about was madness, because my blood sugar levels were behaving in a heebie-jeebie kind of way, and luckily Leighton in my band saved the day. So did Natasha from Atomic Kitten, Kerry Katona, the legend. They all helped me, but little Sid Owen, yes, little Ricky, he was not really so helpful, but I don't think he understood. But let me talk to you about the exact things that took place on that magical evening in Maida Vale. So when you're on tour, or you're going to work, you're doing anything which brings stress in one's life. You wake up in the morning, fuck, I've got work. Oh shit, I've got to do this. Oh no, I've got to meet that awful person today. Things get on top of you. They just become a huge weight upon your shoulders, and you're thinking, fuck. Type 1, when this happens, it doesn't just become fuck, it becomes triple fuckity fuck, because you've got to think of so many things. Have I injection, carb counting. I forgot what I was going to say there. This is what happens when you have hypos. You're thinking 2 seconds behind. Come on, brain, work. So yeah, carb counting, other things. Have I got my hypo stuff? Have I got my insulin with me? It's just like, mammoth. In the right beetle, guys. But yes, it's stressful. So when I was touring, did I eat all the time correctly? No. Stopping off in service stations, because that's what happens. You get in your tour van, you go into gigs, you have a little snack. Cornish pasties became my best friend. Burger King, McDonald's, doesn't matter. Got to then count your carbs, bang, you're rehearsing, you're moving all the time. It's like being a pro athlete. So it was like when I was playing pro football, all of a sudden I'm being active all the time. Was I paying attention to my diet? Hell no. I suddenly thought that being in the music business, I was going to be just like a hardcore rock and roll superstar. And I'm telling you now, people thought that pop bands were all well behaved. I'm telling you now, it was a lie. S Club 7. Yeah, they were cool guys. All the bands were cool. They were all wicked, but well behaved. The cameras painted this perfect picture. Behind the scenes, everyone was partying hard. And yes, Word on the Street were partying hard. We were having fun. Listen, it's what life is about, having fun. But sometimes I would forget that I had this little shyster called a Taiwan, and I wasn't really paying attention to things. I was trying to impress girl bands. I was trying. Did I succeed? No, because majority of the time I was having, well no, I wasn't going for a poo like my cat, but I was having hypos. And luckily my band members, they all knew what was involved and what entailed hypoglycemia because I told them about it. I wasn't ashamed. But we became very good friends with Atomic Kitten. Atomic Kitten, Kerry Katona, Natasha, Liz, Brian McFadden from Westlife, all good buddies. So we used to go back to a lovely hotel in Maida Vale. We party hard. We'd been gigging. We get back late. We go and party. And it was brilliant. It was just superb. Tour managers would be in their hotel rooms. I would be sneaking up, knocking on doors. Party time. Oh, Blue WKD. Oh, wow. Reef. Horrible little alcoholic beverages. Oh, I'm the man. Toga party. So one night, having a hardcore party, me and Leighton, we're partying with the Kittens, Brian McFadden, and then, knock knock, in bowls Ricky Butcher. And his brother, who was an absolute ledge. He was actually a nice guy. And we're all partying, I'm drinking. I hadn't eaten, been out on tour all day. We just done a TV programme, radio interview, it didn't matter, but I was busy. I was busy with the fizzy, and I forgot to eat properly, and I was getting pissed. So, hypos are bound to happen when you're not paying attention to your blood sugar levels. And also, I didn't want to be sort of like the odd one out and suddenly go, by the way, look at me, I need to have something to eat. I need to not drink because I wanted to fit in. And sometimes this is the bad thing. You want to fit in and you feel very, I don't know, you feel a bit awkward and a bit odd one out when you don't tell people that you need to do these things, or you do need to do these things because you're diabetic. You don't want to be looked at like oh, look at the weasel. Oh, odd one out. Oh, National Lottery hand. It's you. So you just go with it and you deal with it. You have hypos. You don't say anything. You just try and deal with it as best you can. I remember having a bad hypo when I was a solo artist, and Liberty X, Michelle Heaton, was going for a pee in front of me in a cubicle, and I was having a hypo. So bless her, she was a ledge, but there's me, hypo in this little cubicle booth, thinking, oh my God, what's going on? Because I was drinking, getting pissed. And there was a lovely guy from a band called Boisterous back in the day called Mitch, and I told him, he helped me out, Coca-Cola, whack. If you tell people, it makes life a hell of a lot easier. But away from the toilet cubicle peeing, party time. So we're all there, and then we're all singing, having a laugh. Atomic Kitten belting out Drew Hill. We're just having fun. And there's me, Moon River. I can't remember what I was singing, but it's probably something like that. And then Ricky Butcher, Sid, starts going, oh, geezer, you got to sing from down here. Stomach, down here, stomach. Oh. Mate, we're partying, I don't need singing lessons just yet. Thank you very much. Having a hypo, so I'm there, Moon River. Party goes on, I'm not really paying attention to it. And all I can remember is having takeaway food brought up to me, some little tuna sandwich, chips, quick carbs, eating. I ate, and back in the day, this is when CGM didn't exist. Test your blood sugar. I didn't have my blood testing kit with me. Stupid boy, because as always, I thought I was invincible. And the majority of the time we think we're invincible, we're bloody not. So there we are. No blood testing machine. I had my evening injection with me. I was doing 2 injections at the time a day, Nova Rapid. Human insulatard. When you're pissed and you're giving yourself your insulin dose and you're not testing your blood sugar levels, you don't know what you're playing at. So I probably gave myself too much insulin, and I used to have many accidents with Lantus. So there we are. The worst thing possibly happens. I inject, and then we all get into bed. We've all been partying, and we're all sleeping in this massive bed, all of us. Obviously fully clothed. Please, we're fully clothed. Get naked, please. I get naked all the time, but yeah. So we're all there, and in the morning, under the bed, we're all there. I've got Brian McFadden, there's Kerry Katona, Natasha, me, Leighton, we're all there. Sid Owen's somewhere doing something. Yeah, he's doing something. And we're all there, And I was started going, I sort of like slid out of the bed. And all I can remember is trying to high-five Brian McFadden, who was next to me. I was like, he must have thought, fuck, this guy's still pissed. Kerry Katona is like shitting herself, like, what the fuck? And it was a bad one. Like, the booze had made me dip. I wasn't with it at all. And there's me on the floor, like, I looked like a slug. It was like sweat, slug, stupid boy. Leighton obviously cottoned on to what was going on. Sugar, as me opening the mini fridge bar. Downing whatever, I don't care, it's not on my bill. Westlife, you pay for that, baby. Coca-Cola. Ricky Butcher's brother, I remember. Lovely. You are, mate. You are, geezer. Ricky Butcher, I think he was just still happy to be, you know, singing somewhere. I think he was singing in the toilet, just happy. But he was lovely afterwards, because I began to come round, and I wasn't embarrassed. I was like, well, this is part and parcel. But I was ashamed at my actions of not taking good care of myself and not doing what I had to do by being sensible. And sometimes you have to be sensible in the most hardcore situations, because if you're not sensible, you can end up losing your life. You can end up scaring people. And it's not fair. It's not their responsibility. It was my responsibility. And I was too busy trying to live like a king of the pop world. It wasn't happening because I was like, slug. Atomic Kittens were legends. We haven't spoken to each other for over 20 odd years, but we partied hardcore with them, and they always looked out for me. They always made sure I was okay. Kerry Katona was the same. Ricky Butcher, I think when I was having my first little meltdown, I don't think he realised that I was having a bit of a moment. But I keep saying in all my episodes, always let people know what you live with, what you have, just so they can understand it a little bit better. Because if they don't understand it, they are going to freak out. If you tell them beforehand, expect the unexpected, because I might be slithering around like a slug in the morning, half naked, looking like a human caterpillar, and they'll be going, what's going on? Don't quite understand that. But this is the thing. Sensible actions need to take place, especially when you're a type 1 diabetic. And drinking, I have learned, has been one of the worst things that has caused a very, very harsh effect on my life when living with type 1, because booze will mess you up. Not if you're a type 1 diabetic specifically, you know, if you drink a lot, it causes trouble, liver, kidney, etc., etc., etc. Drink in moderation. Everyone says drink in moderation. Oh, have one, have two, and suddenly, we've got the taste for it, and then suddenly, boom. And because you don't want to feel like an outcast, you suddenly start drinking more, because like, ah! Sometimes you've got to realise that you're not invincible, and you can't do these things like someone that hasn't got type 1, because your body will end up doing the slippery slug on someone's floor. But you've always got to be grateful that the people that have looked after you, they're not scarred by it. I've met people that have been scarred by my hypos and never spoken to them again. But you know what? They don't deserve to be in my life. So touring with type 1 was very, very hard. It was, well, I think there's a good 3 to 4 times I had insane hypos in front of fans, back of arenas, people having to help me to cover it all up. Am I ashamed by any of it that happened? Not at all. I've never been ashamed or embarrassed by what's happened. Slight embarrassment at times. You try to impress a chick and it all goes Pete Tong. It's not good, is it? You're like, oh my God, she looked at me and I'm like, my head's spinning around. I'm going, I've never done that when having a hypo, but when I talk about hypos, for some reason I feel like I'm the young lady from The Exorcist, or the little kid from the Poltergeist that goes, Wah! But it can scare people, and I think I'm more pissed off at the way that I didn't deal with it head on. I didn't say, okay, I'm going to sort this out. I'm gonna do the right things to prevent that, because you don't want to leave it too little too late. And I've got so many stories where stupid things have happened through me being pure stupid. But the way I'm looking at it is, everyone I met in the pop world, in regards to my type 1 diabetes, were absolutely beautiful. And even though me and Ricky didn't really get on when we first met, it was cool. It was cool. I think, you know, no matter what happens, you don't get on with someone to begin with. Personality clash. But they see something, you've educated them. You've given them a little bit of awareness of what can happen. My hypos tend to be worse than anyone else that I know who's type 1. So he's seen the worst hypo. Well, I've had worse since, but he's seen something bad. Perhaps if he's working with someone on set, he might go, oh my God, diabetes. I remember when that geezer was Moon River. And it was all right. Atomic Kittens, nothing but love. They made me feel whole again. And yeah, they learned a lot about diabetes, type 1. Brian McFadden, I'm sure he remembers. You know, it's little things. So no shame, no qualms. And I think let me just check my blood sugar level. Yeah. 4.2 with a stupid little arrow going dinkety dink. So it means, where the hell? I was about to say, where the fuck? I can swear. My channel, I'll swear. So yeah, this is why I've been a little bit, you'll notice, when I have hypos and I talk, I get very eccentric. Now, I could be 1.6, which is danger, and still be eccentric, and then I don't deal with it straight away, then it's coma time, which is never good. Hence why now, always take note. And I'm proud of myself, and this is the thing. I'm mumbling on, but this is real deal. Real deal type 1. Today, I was having a very bad hypo before cycling home. And usually I just go, well, I'm 3.4. I was 3.4, and I obviously cycled home and dealt with it at home. First time in a long time, I stopped, had some sugar, I parked my bike up, got some more Lucozade, finished it, and I walked my bike, stopping until my blood sugar level reached a safe point, and then cycled home. I would never have done that, and that's in 36 years of being type 1 because I'm stubborn. And I'm proud of myself. And all you type 1s out there that have done something today or in the past few weeks, months, every time you do something that you think you've moved forward and you sort of like gain this incredible confidence, be proud. Be proud of yourself, because you need to congratulate yourself. You need to be kind to yourself and tell yourself you're doing a bloody good job, because you are. You might think the world's against you, people don't understand, but all you need to do is tell yourself that you are fucking great. You are number 1. So no matter what, every day something happens and makes you feel a little bit good because you've looked after yourself, you've had better food, you've had a better diet, you haven't had as much sugar, whatever, something so small, be proud, celebrate it. So this time, next week, I'll be talking about something, I don't know, a bit fruity, a little bit, I don't know, I can't think straight because I'm having a bloody fucking hypo again. But until next week, thank you for tuning in. Please get my words out. This is what happens. I can't talk properly. Please subscribe. And thank you ever so much. And if you haven't seen it yet, Hypo on YouTube, which is a true story based on my life when I was playing pro football in Turkey. Thank you ever so much. Lots of love. Lucozade. Spruce me up.